are happening now.
Okay, one more time.
No.
Good morning.
Announcements. Yeah.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Centre for Spiritual Living Toronto. My name is Tanis Burnett. I am part of the Queen Street Band with a group of awesome gentlemen. This is the first Sunday of November. So anybody celebrating a birthday or an anniversary who did not fill out a ballot when you came in? Everybody did? Is anybody celebrating an anniversary or a birthday? Woo! There's a few people. So everybody's done? Is the basket lurking? All right. While you do that, why don't we sing the birthday song?
We can do that.
All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to.
Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Do we have a few new people today. Do I dare call somebody new up to call the name with that? All right. Pardon? Kind of mean? Wah, wah, wah. Carmen will do it. Elizabeth Bravo. Am I reading that correctly without my glasses on? Excellent. Let me read the charity. Is that in Spanish? Oh, todos por Isabel? See? Woo! All right. Shall I just leave this here? Excellent. So there's just a few announcements. I'm just going to put this here. New class starts this Wednesday. Woohoo! The Power of Decision. I've said this a few weeks in a row now. It's an excellent class. Taught by Rev Jonathan, 7:30 start. And if you're taking that class, why not drop in for the Wednesday night service at 6:30? It's an hour-long contemplative service, a little quieter than this one. And this week's theme is life. We are also looking for various volunteers. If you check our community board, it's the large chalkboard when you're coming through the bookstore. Everything you need to know is on that board. We are looking for a volunteer coordinator, social events coordinator, youth program director, and Wednesday night technical support. We also have our raffle that's going on for to win an iPad. Ooh, ah. Tickets are $10 each. You can buy single tickets in the bookstore. But what we have now is an envelope of 10 tickets that each of you can take, sell to your friends, your loves, your neighbors, whoever. Just sell the tickets, bring in the money, and spread our love far and wide. Yes. Or if somebody knocks on your door trying to sell you something, sell them right back. We have coming up Friday, December 6th, thank you. We have our Broadway Christmas musical fundraiser. We've been in rehearsal for that. And it is a fundraiser specifically to upgrade our sound equipment here at the center. So for anybody who really likes loud music, needs to sit on this side of the room. For those of you who don't really want the musical experience, stay on this side of the room. Our goal is we need a new soundboard. We need a lot of zhuzh in our music system so that this side of the room can experience what this side of the room does. But just until that point, if you're ever wanting a more musical experience, this is the side of the room you want to be on. We have a great time up here. So I am going to now hand this portion over to Judy. Who else is coming up? Carmen and? Linda's away. Okay, just you two lovely ladies. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm promoting the event apparently. Come to the fundraiser. It's going to be so much fun. There's going to be a silent auction, and we got fabulous auction items. We are letting them know what they're going to be, right? Eventually.
Well, we have a trip, and we have.
There's, yes, well, not a complete trip.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are going to list the silent auction items so that you can be prepared for what's there. There's going to be something for everybody. There's also a very special live auction item that, a mystery item that's going to be auctioned off live. So, I don't know who's going to be the auctioneer for that. Me. There you go. The whole place is getting redecorated. It's going to be fabulous. It's $30 a ticket. There's only 100 tickets available, and they're going fast. So if you want to go, you got to get your ticket now. You can buy them online, and there's postcards out front that you can hand out to your friends and tell them they have to go online to purchase their tickets, or you can purchase them in the bookstore. And a fabulous night of music. It's going to be totally unique, not what you're expecting. And of course, Reverend Jonathan is leading up the fun musical adventure. And come out and have fun and have a couple of cocktails. There'll be hors d'oeuvres that Cheryl is organizing, and that's about it. It's all about fun.
And so many of us are being involved in this, and we want to involve all of you, and we're really, really excited about all the plans that are going on. We're getting close. We're getting close to completion. And I want to offer a special thanks to all the sponsors, because we can't do this alone. We want you to sell tickets. We want you to get involved in the planning. And one of the ways that you can get involved is to sponsor. There's a sponsorship sheet beside the community bulletin board out there. We are more than halfway there on our budget. So thank you to all of the people who have kindly and generously sponsored. And as a special gift to the sponsors, we really have preferred seating. You're going to get the best seats in the house, all the people who sponsor. That's just one way of acknowledging you. So let's all get involved, and let's make this thing happen. Thanks.
Thank you. So it's not a full trip, so you go to the airport and then you just turn around and come home? That's awesome. I hope I win that one. All right. Enough of us. It is now time to put our hands together and welcome to the lectern, Reverend Jonathan Zenz.
I don't need that.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you? Very well. I'm super hyped today because I got an extra hour of sleep. Oh no. So yes, preferred seating for anybody who's sponsors. That's really exciting to me. We were in here. I was talking to Rivers and Linda, who are working on the decorations and transforming the center into what it's going to be for the concert. What that does mean, though, I want to let everybody know that the Wednesday before the Christmas concert, we will not be having Wednesday night service. That's okay. Ooh, hello. I'm very present here. I'm going to turn down the gain just a little bit here. We will not be having Wednesday night service that night, nor will we be having class, because they're going to be putting together the room starting that night. So, there was something else I was going to tell you. I don't remember. Okay. Still really buzzy and a lot of gain, huh? It sounds good there? All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Tony deal with it, because that's what Tony is there doing. And hello. Yes, there are choir auditions today following the service. If you have not, you didn't have to sign up, but if you want to stick around, you can speak with Fran. We have a little application for you to fill out, and we'll get that going as quickly as we can, with the idea that we do have fellowship today as well, and we promise to not waste your time. We promise. So, here we are at the Center for Spiritual Living. Who's here for the first time? Anyone here for the first time? Welcome. It's great to have you here. It's great to have your energy with us in this place, this room. that is simply, right now, it's just a room. But your energy here transforms it into the center. Think about that. It's your energy. This community is what transforms this space into the center for spiritual living. It's not because I'm a minister. It's not because I have a piece of paper that says I'm a minister. It's because of what you bring and the consciousness that you bring. So thank you very much for being here with us today, where we are here to create extraordinary lives. That's really the whole point of my ministry, is to create extraordinary lives and to eliminate the conception that there is any separation between man, the human being, our experience, and God. There is no separation. It is one thing. We are each of us living the life of God. And so that's what I celebrate here. We do this in many, 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 many ways. And as I pull out the lectern, one of the ways that I like to do it is to read the Declaration of Principles, which is on the back of your songbook, and we can share in this together. And as I always say, as we read this, check in with yourself to determine how this resonates with you, how it resonates with you. Does what you're reading resonate with you? And if not, check in. Why? What do you believe? Because what we teach here is it's done unto you as you believe. That your beliefs create your experience of life. So let's read these statements of belief. I believe in one living spirit, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. I believe this one manifests itself in and through all creation. I believe in the individualization of the Spirit, and that all people are individualizations of the one Spirit. I believe that heaven is within, and that we experience it to the degree that we become conscious of it. I believe that God is personal to all who feel this indwelling presence. I believe in the eternality, immortality, and the continuity of the individual soul forever and ever expanding. I believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the eternal givingness of life to all. Check in. What resonated with you of those statements? It really doesn't matter what I say up here. What matters is what you believe. Here to take us a little bit further into the experience of inspiration, I'm going to invite to the lectern our practitioner of the day, and she is also the president of our board of trustees. She's quite active and lovely member of the center. And she is going to start in January.
Hopefully, maybe.
Oh, She is starting shortly her studies to become a minister. So, please help me welcome Helen Vello.
I feel like I should have a dress on from the 50s. It flows. It's so lovely. Thank you for that, Jonathan. What was that first thing you said before you started into the beliefs?
You're asking me to remember something I said?
I know. Well, because then halfway I forgot. I'm like, what was it that he said? Because that's a great way for me to start off. That our beliefs create our reality. Something along those lines. And wow, do our beliefs ever create our reality? Holy smokes. So this month, well, this week is my birthday, and many others here. And there's something about celebration and marking celebration that I think is really, really important. And I think it allows us to reflect on all the choices that we made prior to where we are, and also get really, really clear on what we want to create in the future. And I want you to think about something, because 2 years ago, I'm going to out you on this. 2 years ago, we made a choice. Do you remember that? 2 years ago is when Jonathan first came to the center and spoke, candidating as a minister. So to mark that and think about it and celebrate it and look at the expansion that has happened in 2 years in this center. The expansion of classes, the expansion of congregation, the expansion of prosperity, the expansion of the front, the expansion not only of the form here, but also the expansion of our minds. And I think back, and so I'm turning 53, and yes, I'm turning 53. It's awesome. It's just a number. But when I turned 50, I had a really big celebration. I had like the Mamma Mia party with all my girlfriends, and we did sing Dancing Queen and dance to it with boas, and huge celebration all day, all night. And then 51 came along, and that's when I met Jonathan. And then last year was another celebration. And then I thought back to this year, or thought about this year, and what am I celebrating and what am I marking? And I made a choice, a really conscious choice in 1994. That's when my daughter was born, right? Yeah, she was born in 94. Shoot, she'd kill me if she heard that. But I made a really conscious choice to alter something that was generational in my family system. And we have the ability through this teachings to alter anything we choose. And I want to read a little bit from Bruce Lipton around how we can alter whether it's our biology, whether it's our beliefs, and create something different. So I have a little excerpt from his book, Biology of Belief. And there's a paragraph here. Actually, there's two, and I'll go through them quickly. They're not long, though. Humans and a number of other higher mammals have evolved a specialized region of the brain associated with thinking, planning, and decision-making called the prefrontal cortex. This portion of the forebrain is apparently the seat of self-conscious mind processing. The self-conscious mind is self-reflective. It is a newly evolved sense organ that observes our own behaviors and emotions. The self-conscious mind also has access to most of the data stored in our long-term memory bank. This is an extremely important feature, allowing our history of life to be considered as we consciously plan our futures. Endowed with the ability to be self-reflective, the self-conscious mind is extremely powerful. It can observe any programmed behavior we engage in, evaluate any behavior, and consciously decide to change the program. We can actively choose how to respond to most environmental signals, and whether we even want to respond at all. We have that choice. The conscious mind's capacity to override the subconscious mind's programmed behaviors is the foundation of free will. Okay, so that might seem really heady. So then Greg Braden in Spontaneous Healing of Belief says this, which kind of just encapsulates what I just said in a much easier way. We can bypass the logic of our minds altogether and go directly to our hearts. Much easier said. In this way, we don't even need to think about what we believe. We're forced to embrace a new belief in the presence of an experience that's beyond rational explanation. This is the definition of a miracle. We have the power to change. And for myself, when my daughter was born, I made the conscious choice to be alive when she turned 20. My mom's mom passed away when my mom was 20. My mom passed away when I was 20. And I very clearly and consciously made that choice that that would not be happening to me, that I would be here, and I am. So that is my celebration and my marking of I'm here and I'm staying. Can't get rid of me that easily. I'm staying for a while. I've got lots to do, lots to say, and lots to experience. And that I have that choice to change that genetic predisposition through changing my mind and making a different choice. And I have. And I think that's really cool. I think it's really cool that each one of us can make that conscious choice for ourselves and create what we want to experience. So, I have an affirmation for you this morning. I praise and celebrate my decisions. I mark the special moments knowing I am manifesting even more to celebrate in my life. So I'm going to have you repeat that with me. I praise and celebrate my decisions. I mark the special moments knowing I am manifesting even more to celebrate in my life. Okay, I'm going to have you say it all again.
Break it down.
Break it down.
Yeah.
I praise and celebrate my decisions.
I praise and celebrate my decisions.
I mark the special moments,
I mark the special moments,
knowing I am manifesting even more
knowing I am manifesting even more
to celebrate in my life.
to celebrate in my life.
Yeah. And so it is. Namaste.
It is. Namaste. Thank you, Helen.
You're welcome.
So take that energy. We praise and celebrate the decisions. You stole my thunder a little bit.
Isn't that one my job description?
No, I was going to talk a little bit about this being the equivalent weekend 2 years ago when I did candidate for the center, but that's coming up later. So you stole my thunder. But the reason that happens, here's why that happens. There's one mind. There's one consciousness. We're all sharing in that. We all individualize it. We each uniquely individualize this consciousness, but we do share it. And so, of course, my conscious awareness, that this is what I was going to talk about a little bit today, was in the universe. It was in the infinite consciousness. And so Helen picked up on that. Or maybe Helen thought about saying it today, and I picked up on it. Does it matter?
Nope.
Doesn't matter. This is the truth, and this is what we celebrate here every single Sunday. The truth that we are one. We are one mind. We are one heart. We are one people. And so today, we're going to celebrate this by chanting together One People. It's on page 7 of your songbook if you want to follow along and sing. It's very simple. So take a breath and allow yourself to come into an awareness of what we're singing together. One people living on one planet, joining in one family. We all are one. One people living on one planet, joining in one family. We all are one. One people living on one planet, joining in one family. We all are one.
As I speak these words for each of us here this morning, and for the people that are online watching, I recognize and know that there is one power, one truth, one light, one love. There is only God. This beautiful energy that is expressing everywhere. this energy that is within each one of us, that connects us, that is the thread that threads us all through these incredible experiences that we have back into this one mind. Even though we're beautiful and individualized expressions of spirit, we all go back and connect and thread through to that one mind, this presence, this power, this goodness and truth and beauty and love that is God always expressing. There is no separation. There is only one infinite power and presence of God in and through all of creation, in and through each one of us. And I declare right here, right now, that I see and feel and only recognize this oneness. I turn away from anything that might even appear to be separation, knowing that is not the truth. And I bring my focus back to knowing that in the oneness, in focusing my mind on this truth, I have the power within me, and all of us have this power to create from love, to create and express and be this energy of God in every moment, every experience, through all life and into eternity. Grateful, grateful for this knowing, grateful to know that whenever I run into any difficulties whatsoever, I know that all I need to do is go back to the truth with a capital T, that there's only one thing going on, and that is God expressing in each and every moment. Grateful for every person that comes to this community, grateful for the greater community that we live in, and for being part of an incredible world with so much to experience. It is with an open, grateful heart that I do say, thank you. I release my word into the eternal one, knowing all is well and life flows in joy and happiness and peace and abundance. I get myself out of the way and I let God do its work. And I, as God, do my work. I release my word, it is done. And together we say, and so it is.
Modulation. Living on one planet, joining in one family. We all are one. One people, living on one planet, joining in one family. We all are one. We all are one. We all are one. All right. Thank you, Helen. Oh. We all are one. We are one people. We are one family. The first time I was introduced to that particular chant, that particular song, it was written by Carl Anthony. You may notice in your songbook, we do attribute the songs that we sing here to the people that wrote them. Carl Anthony was at a conference, and I'll tell you, when you go to a conference and you've got 700 people in a room, standing, holding hands, and singing that song, it's pretty powerful. It's pretty powerful. That was the first time I experienced that song. We have a special gift in this center, and this special gift is on my right. This special gift is the music team. Special gift is the music team, including Stephen. that we have in this center. And one of the things that I was so happy to experience when I did come here was the glorious music that we have here. And this particular song, I asked for this song today, so it's a song we've heard a number of times. It was the song that opened up my installation in May. Was that just last year and a half ago? Feels like it was, a decade ago, but not that it's a bad thing. It's good. I like the experience of time. So I'm going to just turn it over to Pierre Gautreau and the Queen Street Band.
Maybe we're all different, but we're still the same. We've all got the blood of Eden running through our veins. I know sometimes it's hard for you to see. You're caught between just who you are and who you want to be. Feel alone and lost and need a friend. Remember, every new beginning is some beginning's end. Welcome to wherever you are. This is your life. You've made it this far. Welcome. You've got to believe that right here, right now, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Wherever you are. When everybody's in and you're left out, and you feel like you're drowning in a shadow of a doubt, everyone's a miracle in their own way. Just listen to yourself and not what other people say. When it seems you're lost, alone, and feeling down, remember everybody's different. Just take a look around. Welcome to wherever you are. This is your life. You made it this far. Got to believe that right here, right now, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Be who you want and be who you are. Everyone's a hero and everyone's a star. When you want to give up and your heart's about to break, remember that you're perfect. God makes no mistakes. Welcome to wherever you are. This is your life. You made it this far. Welcome. You've got to believe that right here, right now, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Wherever you
It's just awesome. Just awesome. The best way to not cry is to shuffle paper. And yet, why not? Why not let it flow? So I was actually introduced to that song here, and it means a lot to me now. It's such a great song. Oh, Bon Jovi, John Bon Jovi, what a great musician. And you know, did you realize that you went back to the original lyric? Yeah. So there's a lyric.
Oh, no, I did, yeah, that was a conscious.
That was a conscious choice? I'm actually really glad you did that.
Because you told me to.
Yes. When did I tell you to do that?
The last time.
The last time. So there's the lyric, we've all got the blood of Eden running through our veins. And some people, well, there was a thought at some point that perhaps making a biblical reference might not be so great in this community. And you know what? I say, let's make the biblical reference because the Bible has wisdom in it. And to the degree that we eliminate the Bible from thinking that it is something other than we, Charose has her hand up.
Well, Eden is paradise, and we have the blood of paradise running right through us, right?
We have the blood of paradise running through our veins. And that's the whole point, yeah. You know, but it is a Bible reference, right? So then there was a concern that maybe making reference to the Bible, anyway, that's a whole other talk. The truth is we do have the blood of paradise running through our veins. Right now. Heaven is at hand. Heaven is here. Heaven is here. Heaven is now. Heaven is at hand.
You're fine. I'm just trying to find a balance.
Oh, he's...
Loud and way too soft.
I know. That's okay.
You keep talking.
I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to let them worry about it. It's all good. See, this is why you all need to come to a Broadway Christmas. In support of this center. And the technical issues that we have at the center. And well, I'm going to talk a little bit about my previous life as a sound designer because this makes me crazy. Anyway, that's coming up later. Okay, so here are some other lyrics from the song. And this is where everybody started clapping. It's so perfect. When you want to give up and your heart's about to break, remember that you're perfect. God makes no mistakes. I love a good song break when everybody's all faked out and they start to applaud and it's like, oh, the song's not over yet. God makes no mistakes. There are no mistakes that have ever been made. None. None. We tend to approach the experiences in our life sometimes by thinking that they are mistakes. And none of them are mistakes. They're all in service to a higher power, a higher calling that is who and what we are. It's not something out there. The mistakes that we perceive are decisions we've made about the things in our life. The truth is they're the perfect outcome of a divine power that is flowing through us and creating by means of us at all times. If you want the things that don't feel so good to stop, you must change your thinking. You must change your belief about them. That's what shifts the perceived mistakes into something new. The whole purpose of this philosophy, all we are here to teach is change your belief system and you change your experience of life. Are we focused? Are we attentive to the things that are happening in our mind? Are we getting stuck in the stories that we tell that bring about more of those stories? Because if that's the case, if you keep telling the story of heartbreak and despair, get ready for more. That's what you will continue to experience by living the story. It's up to each and every one of us individually to rise above it. To rise above it. And each of us has the capacity to rise above it. So like I said, I did specifically ask for this song today because this is the equivalent weekend. It was the first weekend in November in 2011 that I candidated to be here. to become the spiritual director here. This was the first and only center I candidated for. Did you know that? I didn't candidate for any other center because it was on November 27th that you all took a vote of the membership and hired me. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I tie that into the lyric in the song, Remember. I am really like, ooh. Remember, every new beginning is some beginning's end. Every new beginning is some beginning's end. So that doesn't tie into just the experience of November 6th, which was the first Sunday I stepped foot in this room. I remember I sat right back in that corner during meditation. I was dressed in a suit. Y'all remember that? Those of you who were here, I was dressed in a suit. I was trying to be all ministerial. Well, you know what? I actually got called on wearing jeans in service because I wear jeans every single week. And somebody did ask me, are you going to wear, like early on, are you going to wear jeans every week? And I said, most likely. I said, if I'm not comfortable, then I can't speak authentically. It's not about, you know, it's not about being in a place of, like the word's not, say that again? Yeah, it's not about, well, it is about, I am respectful of the philosophy and I'm respectful of the community, but you know what? We should all come as we are. We should all be comfortable in life. And if we're not comfortable in life, what do you think is going to show up? More opportunities for discomfort. It's done unto you as you believe. So today, being about new beginnings and about how every beginning is another beginning's end, we're constantly in this flow of infinite creation. We are infinite creative beings. It never, ever, ever, ever stops. Now, we may be recreating things based on our habitual thinking, and in fact, we are recreating things based on our habitual thinking. But today is about who are you right in this moment? Who are you right now? Rhetorical question. I'm not going to do that all week, I promise. Check in with yourself and determine, make a decision in one adjective. Who are you right in this moment? Just think about that. I'm not going to put any ideas in your head, but check in. What was the first thing that came to mind? Because that thing is exactly who you are. The entirety of life is the experience of moment-to-moment beginnings and endings. And it's not just about this experience on this plane of action. It goes beyond because life is infinite. And so every beginning is another beginning's end, down to the nanosecond and to the portion of a nanosecond. Everything is always moving. Everything is always evolving. Everything is always in that creative mode because God cannot stop creating. It's what God does. And we are each of us God. Each and every one of us is an aspect of this divine energy. And so we are constantly recreating our lives. We have a tendency, however, to hold on to things. Don't we, though? Oh, today I'm going to ask you to consider letting it go. Letting it all go. You laugh. I almost changed the invocation song.
Well, and I was unloading the music this morning, and that was sitting in the bag all by itself.
That's hilarious. We need to listen to God more often. Let go of all of it. Now, here's the thing that I'm going to suggest. Let go of the things you perceive as good. Let go of the things you perceive as bad. Let go. Relax into the arms of a divine power that is flowing through you, that is creating as you. You're not separate from it. It is who you are. Let it all go. Relax. Surrender. Surrender to the inherent goodness, the constructive energy that this thing is. Because the truth is, it is who you are. Let go of all of it. Let go of all of it. Allow yourself to let go of the importance you place on the stuff in your life. I can let go of the importance I place on the stuff, the technical aspects, the soundboard that needs to be replaced. the speakers that we replaced, but I'm not tremendously happy with. I should let go of all of it and trust that no matter what needs to be communicated is communicated easily, effortlessly, exactly to who needs to hear it. I look at the English teacher when I make a mistake. I was actually going to make a statement that it would have been appropriate. To whom it was. That's what I was going to say. Anyway, let it all go. There is one thing you always have. There is one thing you can never get rid of. And that's the core of your beingness. That thing within you. That part of you which has never been touched by anything. It has never been touched by any outside circumstance. It has never been touched by anything that you perceive as bad. You can never get rid of that. It is always with you, because that is the point at which creation is happening. God is experiencing you. You are never experiencing God. God is experiencing you, because God's life is your life. And so let's let go of any erroneous idea that God is something else that can have an experience. You are the experience. God is experiencing you. Which is what leads me to today's talk title. Did you all get, those of you who got the Friday email, did you get it? Because I put in the Sanskrit. Om. Today's talk title. When I think of Om. And obviously it's a play on words, right? Instead of when I think of home, when I think of Om. And then I came up with some other talk title ideas. Om is where the heart is. There's no place like Om. Another plug for the Christmas show, Om for the holidays. What is Om? Om, it's an all-encompassing mystical entity, as described in the Upanishads. And I just want to make sure everybody knows, I am not a scholar of Hinduism. I just want to make sure that's very clear. I am not a scholar in Hinduism, but I know what little I know. And clearly, we have co-opted this idea of Om here in the West. And it is used as a mantra in meditation. Om, right? How many of you have ever used Om in meditation? Why do you think it works? This is not a rhetorical question. I'm looking for answers. It centers you. In what?
So you're not thinking other things.
So keeps you focused so you're not thinking other things. All right. Any other thoughts? Anyone? Pierre? It massages the central nervous system through the vibration of your vocal cords. I love that. It vibrates and balances. Yeah.
For me, it quiets all the chatter.
It quiets the chatter.
It becomes one voice.
Quiets the chatter and becomes one voice. Important concept. Yeah. You're tapping into the power of thousands of people for thousands of years using that sound. There is power in sound. There is absolute power in sound. That's why music is so important. That's why we talk about music being the universal language, because across the entire world, we may not speak the same language, but that is a universal language we all understand. Om is also something that we can all understand if we open ourselves to it. Not everybody's open to it, and that's okay. Now, It's so funny because I talked about you've changed the lyric back to Eden, and that I don't usually do Bible references, but I'm actually going to talk a little bit about the Bible too. Because there's actually, I realized there's actually a correlation between the Bible and the creation story in the Hindu philosophy and the Hindu religion. So everybody knows probably that the beginning of the Bible is, in the beginning there was darkness. Am I wrong? I think it depends on which translation you read. In the beginning there was darkness. Then God said, let there be light. God said. God spoke its word, and I do say its word. And I liken this idea, the spoken word, to that is the Big Bang as we understand it. That's when our experience of this reality came into being. That's just a decision we've made. But it goes totally in line with what we say within this philosophy, which is our words spoken from a place of faith and belief is done. God spoke its word. Let there be light, and there was light. There was no waiting. It just happened. It just happened. There was no, let there be light. Oh, please, I really hope it's going to happen. How many of you are approaching your treatments like that? You treat, God is all there is. I am one with God, and I know that my life is unfolding perfectly, and I trust in the abundant flow of money through me, and it is mine to use, and I am so grateful for this. I let it go, and so it is. At least I really hope so. Speak your word with conviction. Speak your word from a place of belief. Know that your word spoken is done because you are the divine. Now, the tie-in here with the Hindu religion is this. God spoke and it was done. God spoke Om. Prior to Om, there was the void. Om is the name of God. Represents the eternal creative source of life constantly unfolding. Brahma, creation or birth. Vishnu, preservation or life. And Shiva, liberation or death. It's a constant flow, circulating, always, always happening. We do the same. Every time we speak, we make a vibration. The sound is a creative force. The power of sound, we don't even realize truly the power of sound in our lives. And this is when I get to talk about my life as a sound designer. You all know that I was in theater for 20 years. Yes, 20 years. More than 20 years. Because I realized for about 4 years I've been saying, I've been in theater for 20 years. And I was an actor, I was a singer. But what a lot of people don't know is that I actually was also a sound designer. That was a passion of mine. And what a sound designer does in plays, well, in musicals, they're worried about speakers and making sure the band and all of that is balanced. But one of the things that a sound designer does in plays, in a play that's not a musical, is you're really responsible for everything that is heard in the context of the play. Every single sound effect. There are no mistakes in theater. There are no mistakes in theater. If you hear something during the course of a play, you're most likely, 99% of the time, supposed to hear that sound. And it's all done by someone who actually sits down and thinks about the context of the play and says, these are the sounds that should be heard. So I was doing there's actually a tie-in here to Canada. I was doing the sound design for a play called Elizabeth Rex. The original play actually was premiered at Stratford, and then we did a West Coast, the LA premiere at my theater in North Hollywood in Los Angeles, and I was the sound designer on the show. I was also in the show. But one of the decisions that I had made is the story is about Queen Elizabeth I. And it's the night before her lover is going to be put to death. He's been sentenced to death. He's in the Tower of London. And it's the night before he's supposed to be put to death. And she's conflicted. And so she summons Shakespeare's, the Lord Chamberlain's Men, Shakespeare's acting company, to do a play, and then she ends up in the barn with them. It's kind of an out there concept, but she ends up in the barn with the company of actors and William Shakespeare, and it's a whole, play on lots of things. But anyway, one of the things that was really exciting for me was this concept that we were in this barn, and there had to be a world outside of the barn. And so I set it up so that when people entered the theater, they entered the world of the barn. All the sounds that they heard, crickets and livestock and things that, are all in the background of what we hear. They would come in, they would sit down, they would have an experience. Tony, you saw this play, didn't you? No, you didn't see this play. They would have an experience of being in a place and hearing the sounds of that place. Really important to me from the moment they entered the space before the show ever even started. They would hear the lute playing outside of the barn on the other side of the stage. So it was really an atmospheric world that we created. At the climax of the play, what a lot of people didn't realize is all of the sound effects went away, but they felt it. Note the experience of silence. For there's a vibration in silence as well. Silence was important to that particular experience when the Queen is having her epiphany in that moment. At what points are you able to sit back in the silence? You didn't even know. I know. Yeah, it is all perfect. There is nothing that is not perfect. So, how does this all relate? I've talked about a lot of different things today. How does this all relate? Recognize that you are creative power. That's really what Om is all about. When I think of Om, I understand that I am a creative power, experiencing life creatively. And I'm not talking about artistically. Sometimes we mistake the concept of artistic with creative. We are all creative. I believe we're all artistic, though a lot of people would probably disagree with me on that point. They would say, I'm not artistic. But you are. Everyone is artistic in their own particular way. But we are all creating all the time as God. Allowing yourself those moments of reflection to tap into that vibration of the creative source. Om. Is what I'm talking about today. So, every new beginning is some beginning's end. Welcome to wherever you are. When you want to give up and your heart's about to break, remember that you are perfect. God makes no mistakes. No matter what, God is always at the center of your beingness. God is speaking no matter who's talking. Meister Eckhart says, God is at home. I love this. God is at home. It is we who have gone out for a walk. When you resonate with this, and also interesting that we use the term resonate, right? Which is related to the sound. When we resonate with this energy, when we resonate with the truth of creation as us, when we resonate with the understanding that we are the creator of our own experience, in that resonance space, understanding that and coming into alignment with that, we have come home. So no matter what you call your creative self, because, you know, I say the word God, I say divine power, I say spirit. No matter what you call it, it is actually something that is not nameable. So you can call it Om. You're exactly where you need to be at all times. Every place you experience, everywhere you go is on purpose, and whether you recognize it or not is with purpose. For you are there purposefully experiencing life. Even if you think it's a mistake, that's just a decision you've made. So what I know is that I'm exactly where I need to be. I trust you are all exactly where you need to be. I call this place now home. And for that, I am eternally grateful to each and every one of you for having shifted my life in a profound, profound way. And that's what I celebrate today. I love you all. I'm grateful for every single one of you. Thank you so much. Namaste. I'm going to invite Tanis, yes, to come up and talk to you a little bit. Because today we are launching our stewardship, which is how we set our budget for the next fiscal year, which is akin to our calendar year. So there are stewardship packets available in the front, but I'm going to let Tanis talk to you a little bit. She's on the stewardship committee. I'm going to let her talk to you a little bit about what stewardship means.
Stewardship in a nutshell is a commitment, a way of supporting the center in a consistent, or on a consistent basis. It permits, on a fiscal level, it permits the board to budget responsibly for the next year when they know how much money is coming in on a regular and consistent basis. I was on the board for 6 years, was president, was treasurer. And it's vital as a business, because we are a business, to have consistency. So that's the boring facts about it. Pierre and I have been stewards for the center. Oh my goodness, I don't even remember how long. We've been stewards for years and years and years. Next year will be the 10th anniversary of Pierre and I coming to the center, which is like, it's gone by like that. So Jonathan this morning asked me, can you talk? And I was like, oh, okay. When we were doing the song, I said I wasn't going to get emotional. When we were doing the song, I went, I know exactly what I'm going to talk about. Because my husband has always been a musical guy. But only in the comfort of our home. And when we started going to the center, there was a piano player and a vocalist, and that's all that was the music program back then. And I think after we'd been going 2 years, Pierre finally said to the musical director at that point, I play guitar, so if you ever want like guitar. So Charmaine at that time, she was like, yeah, you could even do a solo. And the color drained from his face. So he stood up and he sang Shower the People by James Taylor. He was crapping his pants. That's like, sorry, just a bit. He was terrified. He was terrified. He was sweating. He was so nervous. And I was so proud of him. Our daughter was 14 at that time, I think. And so we just sat in the audience, like, and we were shaking, just sending all the power we could to him. And he got through it. And that changed everything for him. I watched that shift in him happen. And then he said to Charmaine, I also play drums. So then his drum kit started coming every Sunday, and the music programs started to shift and to change. And here we are 10 years later, and we get to share Sunday morning with this group of fantastic, I feel spoiled because I'm with a group of really fantastic guys. And I don't play any instruments except the little percussion things. it's just astounding to me the caliber of gentlemen that I get to stand up there with on a Sunday and what they have done for my husband. He learns from them each and every Sunday. When we're driving home in the car, he's like he's 12 years old. And the guitar guys, it's like they've got a bromance going on. It's just... The teaching and the center has changed our lives, period. That is why we're stewards. That is why we're here. You are our people. This is our community. This is our home. I'm so grateful to have Jonathan in my life and to have each and every one of you. And that's all I got to say.
Thank you very much for sharing. It is true. That's why I bought a guitar last year, even though I haven't really picked it up in a little while, because I want to be part of that bromance. Oh, I guess I should really start playing it, shouldn't I? Yeah. All right. But yeah, so please give consideration to supporting the center as a steward. Yes, Charose.
Well, the key thing about being a steward is that...
All right, you got to come up here because we have the video. I guess it's going to be a free-for-all. Anybody else want to talk? No, please.
Only after me. The key thing about being a steward is actually, if you're at all hesitant about growth in any area of your life, when you allow yourself to make a commitment to something that is spiritual, you're already allowing the nurturing of that particular growth. So once you know that you want to grow, feel the insecurity, but know that the moment that you become a steward, you're already nourished. And just like for Pierre, there was Tanis and his daughter sending him power, and then the rest of the congregation. We don't have to know where the growth needs to happen. Even you don't need to know. But making a commitment is really key. Thank you.
Thank you, Charose. And she's absolutely right. Is that okay for you where that is? All right, I'll let you. It's all yours. Oh, it is mine for the rest of the service. Love that. No, it really is. And Charose is a practitioner student, so that's brilliant that she's making that connection and helping us all to understand that. Anyway, please consider becoming a steward of the center. We are going to go into that time of giving now. And remember, you're supposed to do a little noodly thing at this point. I know Patrick and I talked about this is a new thing. But as you have what it is you're offering to the center today, please hold it. Understand that it is a deeper gift, a deeper commitment to what this center stands for. And it does help us grow and expand and become the force in this community that I know we can be. And I know we are already right now because we are the consciousness that creates it. So let's share together the divine givingness statement on the back of our songbooks as you hold what it is you offer. I know that God is the source of all supply, and that money is God in action. I know that my good is here now. I claim an abundance of money to spare and share. I know that true prosperity includes perfect health, perfect wealth, and perfect happiness. I bless all that I have now, and I bless the increase. I give thanks for this good. I know that my gift today goes forward to heal and bless. I joyously contribute to the vision of this spiritual center and know that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. As the baskets go around, we're going to sing I Love, which is on page 29 of your songbooks. And feel free to stand up and dance and celebrate. 1, 2, 3, 4. Velo to do a blessing over our offering.
I think you have one more coming there. Thank you. Oh, let us join together. Come together in this oneness, this presence of God that is always, always this divine energy of currency, of prosperity, of abundance. Knowing that as we give, we also receive. As we open our hearts to the abundance is multiplied. And it is with great honor and respect that I graciously bless what we have received today for the Center for Spiritual Living Toronto, knowing that what is seen here goes into the unseen to become seen in a whole new way, which creates the opportunities for so many people to receive benefit from these teachings. And so I say thank you for all that has been given today, all that we receive throughout the week, all that we receive throughout the year. For everyone who steps up into stewardship, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to grow this center and to help people live extraordinary lives. I release my word to the law, knowing it is done. And together we say, and so it is.
Thank you, Helen. So I want to offer my gratitude to everybody who makes this happen. And today I'm going to start by saying thank you to all of you for your presence here and your consciousness and what you bring to this center and community. We had somebody step up today who I think is going to take over and become the social events coordinator. So we'll have some social events that we can start looking forward to. I'm really excited about that. I'm not going to tell you who it is yet because we haven't had our meeting yet, but it's going to happen. That's what I do know. I want to thank everyone greeting today, Lynette and Lorna. Thank you so much for greeting, Lorna, Lynette. I also want to thank Christina, Linda, and Kathy for setting up today. I want to thank our practitioner of the day, the glorious Helen Valo. Thank you. In the bookstore today, Nick, thank you so much for your service. And so there was a big switch up right at the last minute. So Carmen is in with the kids today. I'm really grateful to Carmen, because she had initially been booked to do the sound, but taking over in sound was Tony. Thank you so much. Tony had been booked to do the camera, so taking over for camera was Linda. Thank you so much. And sometimes it just happens that way, right? I want to thank Jim and Judy, who are our board members today. I really want to say thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart to Pierre Gautreau and the Queen Street Band. Thank you so much. So, did I forget anybody? I don't think so. And Tanis, thank you for sharing today. Yes.
Thank you. When I think of Om, right in that moment I can get to that very centered space, touching upon the thousands of years and the thousands and millions of people who've had that experience. We are all connected, we are all one in that one perfect experience of Om. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release. As my heart opens up to the voice, I awake to these precious moments when I hear all that could ever be said. And right here in this holy silence, I find God. I find myself. I find God. I find myself. I know God when I know myself. I know. I am. It's as simple as that. I know I am. And I know this truth for every single person here. Each of us is the very presence of the divine, living its life. Each of us expressing our lives fully, productively, constructively, in great, great health, in exquisite relationships, in full creative expression, and in deep, deep abundance. This is the truth, and I give over to this truth right now, recognizing that the word spoken is done. I let it be so with a grateful heart, knowing it is so. I simply release, let go, and allow, as together we say, and so it is. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release. As my heart opens up to the voice, I awake to these precious moments when I hear all that could ever be said. And right here in this holy silence, I find God. Oh, I find God. I find myself. Namaste. All right, and as we used to say at NoHo, let's kick it into the street with Joy to the World, which is on page 10.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog. He was a good friend of mine. I never understood a single word he said, but I helped him drink his wine. And he always had some mighty fine wine. Joy to the world, all the boys and girls.
sea. Joy to you and me.
You know I love the spirit. I love to have my fun. I'm a high flyer and a rainbow rider, a straight shooting son of a gun. I said a straight shooting son of a gun. Joy to the world, all the boys and girls. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me. Joy to the world, all boys and girls. Joy to the world. Joy to you and me. Joy to the world, all the boys and girls. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me. Joy to the world, all the boys and girls. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me. Joy to you and me. Joy to you and me. Joy to you and me.
Have a great week, everyone.